Good evening, everyone. Going to start a little bit early because we did just get paired in the queue. So we're just going to wait for our opponent here to send us an invite while we talk about the deck list. We're prepping for a tournament that's coming up in Augusta. Super excited about it. It's this Saturday at noon at Cardboard Castle, if you're interested in joining and you're in the area. We're going to be playing a Psychic Spread Dragapult list that we played earlier. I can't remember when. I think it was either 2 or 3 weeks ago. We weren't very good with it, but we're here to prep with it. I think this is the deck I want to play. Still waiting on some cards in the mail to make sure that this is the deck I want. But I played it a little bit off stream. Been loving it. It's just a super fun, exciting, plays a lot of powerful cards, and has a pretty fun strategy along with it. So let's talk about the deck as we get in here. We're playing 19 creatures, which is quite a bit, especially for a non-grass deck. Of course, we got our Dragapult here with his Infiltrator ability. Each attack done to it, you flip a coin to prevent the damage. Its Phantom Force attack is no joke either, doing 120 damage plus 3 damage counters on our Pokemon's bench in any way that we like. So it can kind of finish the active Pokemon and maybe finish off a bench Pokemon here or there, taking 2 prizes. Then we're playing this Dusknoir. Such a beautiful card, by the way. But its Sensor Hand ability lets us switch damage counters as we see fit amongst our opponent's Pokemon. So, pretty excited to be doing this. I was a big fan of the Retro Alakazam deck, and so this is one of those ways to do something similar to that. I love moving damage counters around, and it can come up big, but you can also fumble a bit. This makes the play patterns a lot more difficult in a deck like this, especially when you're not counting for resistance. That's something that we need to focus on today. Then we have our Elgyem, which is one of our best starter ones here. First Contact lets us search for 2 bench Pokemon. And then, of course, its Evolution Beheeyem here does 20 damage to each of our opponent's bench Pokemon that shares a type with the defending Pokemon, which in GLC is everything. Moving on, we got the Malamar, which gets energy back from our discard pile and attaches it to a bench Pokemon. Marshadow, which lets loose ability, lets us shuffle our hand and our opponent's hand and get 4 cards. We usually play this after we've done a lot of discarding or getting rid of our hand and playing cards ourselves. Meloetta, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure where this Pokemon is from. I haven't seen it in the games, any that I've played. But its ability is similar to the Beheeyem's, where we flip 3 coins. It does 10 damage for each heads to each of our opponent's Pokemon. So up to 30 damage, down to 0. So you're flipping a coin, but it is a basic, and so that's an upside of this one. We're just trying to get as much spread damage into play as quickly as possible, and that's a way to do it. Bench Barrier Mew, staple in a lot of these Psychic decks. The new Mewtwo, which I'm playing over the Galarian Articuno. I just feel like it's better in the late game. Both cards are kind of late game cards, whereas that discards energy. This just keeps tacking. Plus, it can pump itself up in a turn. So plus, I love playing Mewtwo. So we're going to try it out. I've enjoyed it so far. Mismagius here. 2 damage counters on everyone's Pokemon for 1 energy, and then it has Spiteful Magic. Knocked out at full health, it deals 8 damage counters to the attacking Pokemon. And then the Ralts Kirlia, which the Refinement ability is super useful. You guys can read it here on screen. Discard a card, draw 2 cards, and the Gallade, which lets us search for any supporter from our deck and put it into our hand. On top of that, having a supporter Pokemon like this, it's stage 2, or Stage 1 and Stage 2 are both supporter Pokemon in our deck, and then add that to it has 160 attack. This is just a great card to be playing in your Psychic decks. I think if you're not playing this in your Psychic deck, you are wrong. Besides that, just the basic smattering of cards. Changes since we last played the deck, playing a town map over Peonia. I just never really liked Peonia. I don't know what it is about me. I just find I'd rather have a town map and just pick the cards as I get prizes. And then I'm trying to think what else we changed from the deck. There was a battle compressor. I didn't like the battle compressor, so we switched it for something. And then there was an air balloon. And instead of the air balloon, I just decided to go with this mystery energy. You get to go up in energy, and it does the same thing as an air balloon. So I just kind of feel like having access to more energy was more important to me in this particular deck build over the air balloon. That being said, I could be wrong. It needs more testing. We're going to try this out today. All right. Our opponent hasn't sent us his anything yet, and that's fine. We can always do that, especially now since we're talking about the deck list. If you guys have any questions about the deck list, feel free to post them in chat. I would love talking about GLC. I'm fairly new myself. Love talking about this format. It is an awesome format. All right, our friend request has been sent. Let's see if our friend here accepts. Our list, just so that I can make sure I give shout out to him while he's on the screen here, Joshua Bloody here is one of the main archetypes behind this particular version of the deck we're playing. He ended up winning a Limitless TCG tournament with them, and I just love the deck. Saw the deck. My friend Teddy and I were talking about it. This is the deck that we both chose to kind of build and play. And so we're going to take it today with a couple of changes. We actually, oddly enough, played against him, not on stream, I think it was Saturday or Sunday night, and we were playing this deck against him, and he had just written a new article about a fighting deck, which was super awesome. It's the Claydol version. If you guys get a chance, go to cardboardwarriors.com, I believe is the website. He has a new article about his new fighting deck. Check it out. It's super sweet. We're big fans. We fanboy out for Joshua Blatt. He is really good, has sweet, sweet, sweet deck ideas. Our opponent just doesn't want to talk to us here, do they? This is the problem with GLC, especially this day and age when it comes to PTCGO. We are, of course, we have to wait for the queue. The queue gives us what it will, and we have to sit back and accept it. Oh, sweet. Here we go. I gotta make sure I choose the right version of this deck. We got so many decks these days. I think it's this version. Yeah, let's accept and go. Alright, I'm excited to play. Let's check it out. Psychic boys. Alright, I think we want to go first with this deck. Alright, yes, we shall go first. Alright, well, not the start we want. We have the Inkay in hand. We would much rather have something else. Our opponent has to mulligan here. They are playing water. Looks like Rain Dance. I bet they're playing the Special Energy Wailord Kyogre deck, which is the new hotness, which is great. I love to play tests against this. I'm expecting to see quite a bit of that in, what's it? Oh, the Duskull is good. We want the Duskull. Alright, draw the energy. Alright, town map. What do we got in here? There's Dusclops. That's good to know about. So maybe we shouldn't have played the Duskull. Now we know for future reference. So do we quick ball here? Discarding Versus Seeker? Seems risky, but I'm okay doing this. Let's quick ball. We want to get something that's going to be relevant later on. So do we get the Dreepy? Mismagius? We definitely want to get some spread damage going. I could see the Misdreavus and the Mismagius being two cards that we want early on. Alternatively, we could get Ralts, and we have the Kirlia and Gallade going. I think that's fine. So we want to do that. I think we attach this energy here, and then I think we just Marshadow, because why not just get our opponent down in hands? Okay. Our opponent hits us with a well played. We can get attacking next turn. Is there any way to kill this? No? I think we just hit done and we call it a day. See what we draw here. I think our opponent just had it going on in their hand, which is why they hit us with a well played. Well, there's Wailmer. Cynthia to draw back up. Pretty good retool by our opponent here. That's all they got, though. We draw the Mystery Energy, which is funny, because we can't really do too much with that. This Duskull is very useless, so we knew better before we played it. We shouldn't have played it onto the bench until we searched our deck. I mean, we might just be able to kill this Snom eventually. So let's put out the Marshadow. let's do this. Let's Shadow Punch. Just do 30 to the snow. There is the jumbo-sized Wailord. Our initial thoughts are proven true. This is a big boy. This is going to be tough to crack for us. Basically, Dragapult is what we need. I think Dragapult, a couple of lucky tail flips. Irida is pretty sweet by our opponent. I'm assuming they're getting Frostmoth here. Frostmoth and a Capricious Bucket or a Dive Ball. So there's Frostmoth and Tag Call. Tag Call is interesting. They might be trying to get Guzma and Hala for next turn to get rid of our Dimension value. Well, they had the bucket in hand. Do they have... So they're going to put all the stuff onto the Wailord. Do they have a special energy? Alright, what do we draw? Another energy. That's not good. Well, the good news is we're kind of okay with this Marshadow dying. It's not the best in the world. Let's attach an energy to Ralts. Let's just go normal Psychic Energy. If we eventually do something, we'll be fine. Let's Shadow Punch. Guzma and Hala, I forgot, gets them a Pokemon tool. So they're going to Guzma and Hala get a Stadium. And they're going to get the... They could have gotten a special energy. And they can get the Float Stone. So let's see if that's what our opponent ends up doing here. That's the play I would make. But that would just naturally have the Float Stone. We're going to be sad here. Alright, let's put the Duskull up. We're kind of getting our butt handed to us here, to be honest. Let's put on the Frostmoth there. Sad, but it's what needs to happen. With the boss's order and with the Ralts, yeah, our opponent's just keeping their cards in hand, taking the prizes. They know they are super far ahead. We really have no shot here. Oh, there's an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is interesting. Let's go Ultra Ball. Let's go and get something. I just don't think it's going to be quite enough. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be enough, no matter what we do here. Get a Dreepy and hope for the best. Put the Inkay up, because I think we have to hope we get something good with that. Let's get... I think we get the level ball and just hope to draw well. There's a Sobble from our opponent. Our opponent's playing really well around us, keeping one or two bench Pokemon, knowing that we can't take too many knockouts here. They probably know that we're trying to shoot for Dragapult too, which is why they're not too worried. We're pretty far away from that. One card in hand versus their 7 cards in hand. Alright, now they're playing stuff out. This is a pretty good Staryu. I wonder what Staryu they're playing. If they're playing this or the Rapid Strike Staryu. I think the Free Retreat Staryu is better, just because you have the option of retreating for free. That being said, it only has 40 HP. Things are not looking too great on this set. I think this is a bad matchup, but it's a matchup that we're going to have to play if we go to Augusta. So it's good to see how it's going to play out. We obviously had a pretty not desirable start with a lot of key Pokemon being prized, like our Dusclops here. This will probably maybe discarded or Marshadowed too early. That's okay. Well, this is the part where I don't know what to go with. Definitely we're going to put up Ralts, I think. There's Kirlia. And there's Level Ball. The problem is Kirlia doesn't help us get what we need. Yeah. Well, let's just tell our opponent round 2. That's rough. That was a rough match. I don't think we had like too many outs there, just with the way that our hand was composed. Let's try it again. Alright. We won the flip. We're going to go first again. We have no tricky cards. Alright. Same kind of not greatness going on here. We do have Sonia. There's the Marshadow. So, the Marshadow might be fun to play. Town map. See what we got. Dusclops Mew again. So we know what's in our deck. So we don't really need to worry too much about that. Let's play the Inkay. Let's attach that to the Mewtwo. Let's Marshadow. It just always seems good to get our opponent down on cards. There's another Ralts. Ralts. We can quick ball away an energy. Do we want to wait till next turn? No, we want to do it now. And we want to grab, I think, the Dreepy. Play the Dreepy. We are going. If we could just play this in, like, our opponent's probably pretty happy with that, but we're not in a terrible place. Having to start on the Mewtwo maybe is a little rough. Like, this is definitely a card we want in the late game. You can see why this deck wants Marshadow, though. Just so good. There's a reason why this card is banned and expanded. Just like, draw 4 cards. Shuffle your hand away and draw 4 cards to your opponent, too. There's the Squirtle. We've identified our first target. Sobble's pretty dangerous, too. The Drizzile and Teleon are very good cards. Alright, opponent here just has Cynthia. Oh, and there's Articuno. Quite a pretty sweet list. Alright. We definitely want to end here. Okay. And we can do this. We want to level ball. Probably want to grab Inkay. Yeah, I think we want to grab Inkay. Let's ditch the Psychic Energy. Draw 2 cards. There's Old Cemetery. Now I kind of wish we hadn't ditched that energy. Cards. We can rare candy with the hopes of getting something, or we can Lusamine to get back something else. I think we rare candy, because if they do knock out something, we'll be pretty happy with what they knock out. Alright, let's netball. And let's get this Misdreavus, I think. Let's go ahead and attach an energy to the Misdreavus. And then let's play this Old Cemetery and let's Psy-Pump. I think, where are we going to attach the energy? To itself, maybe? Yeah, let's attach it there. We're going to attack for 90 next turn. There's Snom on the bench. Best case scenario for our opponent is to have Rare Candy Blastoise. There's Evosoda, which I'm assuming is getting Wartortle. Or Starmie. Oh, Drizzile. Oh no, opponent! Oh! Shady Dealings doesn't work if you use Evosoda. It has one of those weird things where you have to play it from your hand. A mistake I have made. So, a very easy mistake to make. Alright, see, this is what they should have done, is have the incense. Obviously, they probably got that off the chorus, though. Like, so they're going to get the War Turtle here. Old Cemetery is really good in this matchup. Maybe we should have gotten the Lusamine so that we could get this back if something comes to it. Alright. We want to... I think we just Sycamore first. I mean, that's just peachy. But we do need another energy to get this Mewtwo going. We didn't find it. We get Gallade, though. We're going to go ahead and get something that might worry our opponent. We're going to get the Sonya so we can get the energy if we need to. Do we have any energy? No, we don't. It's so sad. So we can always retreat. We can always retreat. We can put this up. And then let's go ahead and attach an energy to our Drakloak here. I think this is the right play. And then we can just haunt, put 2 damage counters here on this Drizzile. That leaves an energy to attach to Dragapult next turn. So this is super sweet for us because they're still attaching from their hand, so it's still going to do 20 damage each time. Here's Nestball. It's just dirty sometimes how Old Cemetery works. It's just so good. So there's another 20. Alright. And they're going to go for the coin flip. So Tri-Edge here. Tails, heads, heads. So knock that out. Super sad for us. Now we're kind of stuck because I think we put out the Drakloak anyway. Because we can always just Clara. We can always just Clara. Or Sonya for the energy into our hand. So let's go Dragapult. Dragapult's pretty well insulated. Let's... Mysterious Treasure. Let's ditch... We probably don't need Sonya too much with this hand. Let's go and get a card here. I think we probably, based on what we have here, the Elgyem. Let's bench it. Let's attach an energy to our Gallade here. Let's go ahead and... I think we just do the safe play. Like, you just got a Sonya for 2 basic energy from your deck, right? It's just the safe play. And then, of course, we got a Buddy Catch. Get Lusamine. And then let's Phantom Force. So let's put 2 here. Let's put... I don't know, a couple on this Frosma. And then let's take Floatstone. Just in case we need it. Alright, I'm going to put the Frostmoth out. They haven't found a way to get rid of our Old Cemetery, but if they do, we just have Lusamine now. The Artillery, not a big deal, just because our opponent has bajillion cards in their hand. Alright, there's the Wailmer. Alright, teammates. What you getting, opponent? Dragapult's a sweet card. Again, I know last time we were on stream, we talked about how I felt like this card might be a little bit oppressive with the way that it can just turn off attacks, but it is a coin flip. It's only got 150 HP. It's not one of the biggest guys in the format, and then its attack only does 120, so it's not KOing a lot of the big guys. Alright, playing Inteleon, so our opponent is just getting 4 cards into their hand this turn. They have played their supporter. Alright, Rough Seas and Floatstone. Alright, there's the Floatstone on the Wailmer. Interesting. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Alright, they're just going to heal up off their guys. Ice Dance here. Pot Helmet. Go in there. There's Fog Crystal. Do we just Lusamine? We might just Lusamine, right? We can get like Raihan and Old Cemetery back. Play the Old Cemetery. I think that's correct. Old Cemetery, Raihan, just in case our guy dies. Let's play the Old Cemetery. Let's attach another energy here to our Gallade. Let's go ahead and attach this energy to Mewtwo just to diversify. We can always use this Fog Crystal next turn to go and get an energy. And then let's kill the Frostmoth. And then let's put all the damage on Wailmer there. Let's take a Guzma. Opponent's going to put on Inteleon. Inteleon won't kill our guy. Plus we get a coin flip. Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip. These are things that I'm liking about this deck. I like this deck a lot. When it functions, it does well, and it generates interesting gameplay. When it doesn't function, like we saw last game, not so great. There's a lot of decision points too. Like I feel like I've probably made 4 or 5 mistakes here. Our opponent's going to Guzman Hala. Again, our stadium is giving them some real trouble. This is like a card that's just excellent against the Rain Dance deck. Happy accidents. That's true. Alright, Brooklet Hill, Wash Energy. So again, here our opponent goes. Oh, they definitely missed sequence. Should have played the Brooklet Hill first so that they wouldn't have taken the 20 damage. Alright, we're hoping for a decent coin flip. Alright, Field Blower here. What's you field blowing, my friend? You're going to get rid of your own stadium? Oh, to draw cards. Alright, Abyssal Hand here lets our opponent drop to 5 cards. So get rid of their own stadium. Capricious Bucket. There's Dive Ball. I have to assume that Dive Ball is getting the Wailord, which they'll probably evolve this turn. That means we're killing this Wartortle, no matter what. They're deciding what to put. So there's heads. So we just flipped heads, which means that our Dragapult took no damage. No damage. Well, like, there's nothing to do here but Guzma up these guys, right? Like, we are 100% just Guzma-ing up. So let's Guzma Wartortle, Malamar. Let's attach this. Let's Rescue Stretcher. Do we even have... We do have 3 Pokemon. Let's put them back into our deck. Let's go ahead and retreat into Dragapult, and then we can Fog Crystal. Let's Fog Crystal for an extra energy here. Last energy in our deck, so I think we should probably save it. Although we have the Clara here, let's just attach it. Why not? Let's go get a thing. Probably Boss's Order. And then let's go and Phantom Force. We're just spreading damage around. We are a spread deck. We could have killed the Staryu already if we wanted to. I don't know why we didn't. Alright, there's another energy. Let's grab that. We can start pumping up our Mewtwo here. If our opponent gets another prize, we're attacking in for 180. We kind of already softened up this Wailord a little bit. Next turn, if our hand stays the way it does, we can Boss's Order up the Octillery. Boss's Order lets us Gust a bench Pokemon to the active spot, and then we can kill the Octillery and the Staryu. Our Dragapult is going to survive. Burst Seeker here is probably pretty good for our opponent, depending on what they got. Colress, Cynthia, Boss's Order of their own. Oh, I missed what they got there. Let's check the log. Oh, it doesn't tell me what they got, does it? Oh, there's Boss's Order. I'm going to put the Mewtwo out. We have Tate Liza. We have Tate Liza. Alright, our Mewtwo is dead. Rest in peace, Mewtwo. You did something. I can't remember what it was, but it happened. You were there, and we appreciate that about you. Alright. So the obvious play is to Boss's Order up some stuff. Let's get an energy. Let's throw it on the Elgyem. Let's not get a card from our deck. Maybe. Let's get a card from our deck. Let's get a Ball Guy. Let's just thin deck, make our draws more significant. Ball Guy is a worthless card right now. We have this extra energy, but I don't think we actually want to play it onto anything. And then we Boss's Orders up Octillery. We go Phantom Force, kill that, put 3 damage counters here. We take 2 prizes, and this, and this. We'll leave the Mew, the bench barrier Mew. Our opponent hasn't shown us Kyogre yet. I haven't seen Kyogre at all. So it makes me think that maybe they're not playing the new Kyogre, which personally I think is wrong. It goes so well with this Wailord. Alright, there's 2 energy. So we can do 160 next turn. If we wanted to. We just got to take 1 more prize. There's Guzma. Alright, they're going to kill that. I think this is wrong by our opponent. Like, I think you're just dead if this happens, right? Right? Because it takes 30 less damage, but we can do 160? We put the Dragapult out because it has free retreat. But I think we just win. Yeah, just win. Well played. Good game. Fun game. Alright, after a bad showing on Game 1, Game 2, not so bad there. Good times. Good times from the deck. Alright, best of 3. The tournament we are playing in Augusta is best of 1. So we don't quite have the luxury of anything else. Opponent here telling us they can't do the guest things. Good games, man. I appreciated the games. It's always good to get reps. Again, I think that Rain Dance deck is one of the better decks in the format right now. So getting some testing against it is good. So that second game, I think, showed the power of our deck. First game, yeah, I don't know if we got unlucky, if we just misplayed a lot. There's so many decision points in this game. Decision points I'm not used to in Magic, where I only get to draw X amount of cards per turn, and I only have X amount of resources available to me. So definitely having to change my mentality. Let's see, that being said, do we have time? Is there anyone even in the queue right now, or do we want to call it a night on the stream? Alright, looks like there's someone in there. We'll jump in, we'll play at least one more game. Alright. Another game of GLC. Another game of BSC. Alright, this person's name is Brian B. Brian B. If only I knew another Brian B. The queue is being good to us tonight, everyone. The queue is being good. We have people to play. Can't wait until Nintendo makes this an official format and we just have a play option on here. That would be exciting. Good times for the Pokemon TCG. Alright. Hey, we won flip. We're like 6 for 8 on flips, and by that I mean we haven't lost one yet. We don't have a Pokemon in our hand. That means that our opponent gets to draw lots of cards, and we don't. Alright, Inkay is not a great start. Neither is Duskull. Save the Duskull. We're not going to make the same mistake we made last time. Alright, so we drew the nest ball. Let's go nest balling. Nest ball puts onto our bench, so the worst thing we could do is grab the Marshadow. We do have Dusclops, we do have Dusknoir in our deck, so those are good places to start. We're not going to have the Kirlia in our hand in a second, so getting this Meloetta might be ideal. And just throwing that on the bench. We're going to get this Duskull. And so what we can do is we can go boom, 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 discard all of those cards. No, we can't do that, can we? Because we have to save Ultra Ball. We can do exactly this. So we can go Spearborn Evolution. Oh, we can't. Dang it. Well, we can leave stuff for next turn. So 1, 2, 3. Let's ditch those cards. And then let's go and get the Dusclops. And then let's pass turn. Our opponent is playing the Dark deck, it looks like, with Coughing. So we don't want this Coughing to get online, but if it gets online, it's not the end of the world. Floatstone from our opponent, Ultra Ball here. Ditch in Clara and Energy. There's Hoopa. They might have a way to knock out our Inkay this turn. There's Muscle Band, there's Energy. They're going to free retreat. Ooh, Research. Good start by our opponent. Wish we would have had the extra card in hand for the Ultra Ball pitch to go get Marshadow. Definitely a stop to our opponent. We're losing Inkay here, but we're not getting Coughinged. We get to promote our Meloetta, which means we can start Soprano Waving if we find an Energy. Here's Assault Gate. Sad day, Inkay. You will be missed. You might be back, though. Alright, what do we draw? Town Map? No can do. We're going to Ultra Ball here. Let's go and get our Marshadow. Play Marshadow on our bench. Yes, we would love to draw 4 cards. And then what do we want to do here? We can Mysterious Treasure, probably get rid of this rare candy, and get something, and then Sonia for 2 energy and get to attacking. That might be fine. Let's do that. Let's Mysterious Treasure. Get rid of rare candy. What do we want to get? Do we just want to get the Dusknoir? I think we want to get, yeah, I think we want the Dusknoir. And then we can hold this Marnie for next turn. We don't really mind not having cards in hand. It's not that big of a deal. Alright. Hope for a good Soprano wave. Those of you in chat, hold tight. Oh, the triple tails. That's the worst possible thing. Wow, no damage. Guzma here. Pulling out our Dusknoir. Free retreat, hitting in for 140 damage. Yeah. No, hey, we lived. Alright, Clara. Not what we're looking for. Let's go Marnieing. Let's Pal Pad. Let's get back Marnie Sonia. And then I think we passed the turn. Netball by our opponent. Only down one prize, but we feel so much worse. Spiritomb is interesting here. Because we can just transfer the damage from Spiritomb every turn to something else, which is kind of funny. Alright, they're going to retreat? Dark Patch? Okay. So now we can't. This is going to die. It's got weakness too. Alright, put out Meloetta. We can Raihan here, which I don't think is the best call on our part. We've already lost so many boys. I think like our only real chance back into this is to Gloria, and then we're probably losing this next turn, and then we can hope to... So Ralts, we probably don't want. We probably want this, we probably want this, we probably want that. Those are all fine. Let's save these in our hand. And let's go Soprano Wave. Hopefully get some better heads. Heads? Double heads. Cool. Alright. Damage to everything. There's a Guzzlord. Not good. Not looking good for us again. Wish I was playing Hogwarts Legacy right now. I'll tell you that. Alright, trade by our opponent. Our opponent's all set up over there. Energy on the Guzzlord. The Guzzlord's going to be a big deal. Anguish Cry. Goodbye, our friend. You shall be missed. What do I want to put out? I think we want to put that out. There's Clara. Clara's interesting. Let's go Clara. Let's do both. We probably want to get back Inkay and Kirlia. And 2 energy. Let's play Evolution Incense. Let's get the Beheeyem. Let's play that. Let's play this. And Synchronize. Alright. Our opponent's getting into range where they're just going to start Guzzlording us. And we're just going to lose the game. Okay. Let's go Raihan. We want to attach energy here. Let's go and get Mismagius. Let's attach an energy here. Let's evolve this. Don't think it's going to matter, because if they have double energy in hand, we just lose. We get to take some guys with us. Tate Liza, good pull there. Decent pull there. Gonna put the Guzzlord. I'm assuming they have the energy. Professor's letter. Maybe not, might not be enough. Alright, just one energy? Really? Dark Claw versus Seeker. Okay. Professor's Research. Do we have we have a boss's order? We might not be dead. I think that they definitely should have Professor's Research looking for the double energy last turn. I don't know if that was smart on their part. Because we're going to versus Seeker here. There's Beast Ring. But, oh, that's sad. You didn't have any energy. You just Professor's Researched, opponent. Okay. We get another turn. We drew a Guzma. We don't want a Guzma just yet. We want to versus Seeker for boss's order. So, how don't we die here? So obviously this plus another energy is bad. This is 1 retreat cost. This is 2 retreat costs, and it gets to switch. We definitely want you, right? And then I think we just Eerie Voice. We could have ended there. So there's the 4th energy. If they have... So there's Pokegear. They're probably looking for a Guzma of their own. Guzma, I think they've used Floatstone. Yeah, they used Floatstone earlier. So Guzma or bust. Guzma wins them the game. We can only take 1. There's Teammates. Can't use Teammates quite yet. We're going to end for sure. Because Teammates... Alright, there's boss's order. There's Old Cemetery, which is fun. Might as well just play that. And then, gosh, we could Tate and Liza here. It's going to kill this, though, which lets them get Teammates. I think we just have to end and hope to spike. We're going to get to draw 4 cards. Our opponent gets to draw 2. That's pretty fun. We drew the Mystery Energy, which is perfect here, because it lets us retreat for free. And then we can still put out the Mismagius. And then I don't think we attack. Because if we attack... Yeah, we don't want to attack. Oh, it dies anyway. That's well played by our opponent there. Now they get to promote the Guzzlord. So our old Cemetery killed us. Great play by our opponent. Love to see it. That was fun. That was a fun way to die. Alright. Better than I thought. That's a weakness for us. That motivated me to keep playing. I want to play again. I know I said one more game, but if our opponent will play with us, let's play again. So many decision points. Alright, we lost the flip. It's our first one of the night. I think our opponent definitely wants to go second most of the time. They have Coughing. They can't Ascension yet. Okay. A couple interesting things we can get going. So... Gosh, do I want to quick ball away one of these guys? because this is going to shut off a lot of our stuff. Let's Fog Crystal. And let's get Elgyem. Let's Elgyem. Let's attach this. Let's go ahead and scoop up the Ralts. Let's put the Ralts down. Do I quick ball away the Gallade or the Dusknoir? I don't think Dusknoir is going to be very good this game as long as this coughing is around. We can always quick ball, go get Marshadow, play Marshadow. That's kind of fun. Yeah, why not? I don't think we're going to need Dusknoir this game. If we're missing the Kirlia here, it should have been the other way, but we have the Kirlia. So let's get Marshadow. Let's play Marshadow. I know we're just giving our opponent new 4, but we also get new 4 here. Dimension value we're probably going to wait on. We can Ball Guy here or Tate Liza. I think Tate Liza is pretty fun. We're going to be able to get some guys with Elgyem here. I think we save this for next turn. No, we got to do it now. Mysterious Treasure. Let's ditch the Meloetta. Let's go and get Inkay? No Drakloak, it looks like. So our basics are probably going to be Mewtwo Misdreavus. Alright, put that down. Let's go ahead and first contact. Let's get Mewtwo. Let's get Misdreavus. Now we just have a full bench. This plays around a lot of things pretty nicely. There's their Leopard, which is going to let them draw tons of cards. Our attacks cost 1 less, so this Mewtwo might be active sooner than we think. We can always get back Tate Liza with our Verse Seeker. We can evolve Verse Seeker, which is pretty sweet. Oh, Bridget opponent. That's interesting. Go ahead and grab the Guzzlord. Putting down the Guzzlord. Putting an energy to it. Evosodaing. Then I'm assuming they're going to Ascension and get... Oh, Colress here. Just up to 8. So good. That Colress is amazing. Field Blower here. Not the end of the world. Opponent did a lot of game actions that turn. Alright, Ascension. Turning off our abilities, but we don't have a lot of abilities going on right now. We tried to play around it. Ooh, that's good for us. No Galarian Wheezing. So let's evolve. Let's evolve. Let's attach an energy. Let's Versus Seeker. Let's get back Tate Liza. Let's go and shuffle our hand into our deck and draw 5. These are all things that I like to see. We ditched a lot of guys already, right, too? Let's put those back into our deck. Alright, let's save these for later. Let's go Synchronize. Oh, did we forget to attach? Oh, we don't have any energy in there. So we can Ball Guy next turn. So they're going to retreat, I'm assuming, put out the Hoopa, kill our Beheeyem. Got to trade first here. Netball. Alright, there's the Weavile. We only have 2 Pokemon with abilities currently. Pierce. Energy. Dude. If we can mess with our opponent's hand, we might want to. I might consider waiting on that. Muscle Band goes on the Weavile. Alright, let's put out the Misdreavus here. Alright, there's a Colress. I'm interested in playing the Colress, if I'm honest with you. Colress is just casual draw 9. Why not? Let's Colress. Let's get lucky here. Well, we did it. So there's Old Cemetery. It's going to help us out a bit. There's that. We could play the Dreepy. Let's go Heavy Ball. We know there's nothing in there, but let's check it out anyway. We could... Dreepy. Alright, definitely want to put this here. I want to go ahead and get an energy back and put on the Mewtwo. I think I want to wait. We have the Ball Guy for next turn. Let's Evosoda. Let's get the Kirlia. Let's ditch the Mew and draw 2 cards. There's Meloetta. There's Floatstone. Let's wait on both of those. And let's go Eerie Voice. Now we need to start getting our Dusknoir going. Level Ball. What could you get, opponent? Just burning a card. We know they have their Weavile. But if they Weavile, we die, but we die in a wonderful way. There's Stand-In. Do you have the double Bird Keeper? Put the Hoopa back. There's Air Balloon. Alright, that's the Weavile. What's it gonna be? Alright, Assault Gate. Put out the Malamar. Alright, there's an energy. So I want a Ball Guy. Level Ball, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball. Let's start with Nest Ball. Let's get Duskull. Let's do this. Let's discard this. An energy. And Dreepy. Let's get rid of those. And get the Dusclops. Oh, can I cancel that? Do I have anything that spreads in our deck still? So there's Level Ball. Wasted Level Ball. Let's do this. Let's retreat. Let's put this out. Let's ditch this energy. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Pal Pad. Well, let's Pal Pad. Let's put more cards back in my deck. I would love that. I would love that. Alright. And let's do this. Just kill that. Get better on some prizes. There's an energy. The Dusknoir is really going to help us start to control this game a little bit. And we have access to it next turn. Teammates. Guzma. I have to assume our opponent's going to get Guzma here. Oh, they can't play it this turn. So we're pretty insulated from that too. Then we just get to go to town on all their guys. I think we want to kill everything but the coughing. Dark Claw. Right. Red Banquet. He's dead. Mewtwo's dead, guys. Alright, go Malamar, go. Good draw. Alright, there's Trainers Mail. Let's see what we get with Trainers Mail. Gloria, Marnie. Marnie might be good. Let's Ultra Ball. Doom, doom. Let's go and get Dusknoir. Let's Dusknoir. That's Marnie. There's Gallade. Let's ditch Gloria. Draw 2. Let's evolve. Let's get Lusamine. Put the Marshadow out there, and then let's and then we can still kill stuff, right? Alright, there's a Guzma. We can Clara next turn. What do we even want to Clara back? Maybe the Mewtwo? Alright. You're going to ditch and draw 7. Trade first. Put Tate Liza down. There's Heavy Ball. Alright, there's Galarian Moltres. That's pretty good for our opponent, the Galarian Moltres. Attach energy to a benched Pokemon. Alright, Boss's Order. I don't think this kills it, right? No, 4. Oh, it's weakness. Of course it's weakness. Tough matchup. Alright, Dark is scary for us. Dark is real scary. So, what can we do here? Nothing too good, to be honest with you. What do we have that can do 2 damage? I think we're dead. Let's do both. Yep, we did. Let's play it out, though. Play to our outs and see what we have. I don't think we have any outs, though. Mewtwo can't survive a hit. We played our supporter. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Alright, we'll play to our opponent here. Alright. Dark might be a tough matchup. Fun matchup, but tough matchup. GG to our opponent there. Okay. I think we probably could have done more there. Our Drakloak being prized was pretty brutal. Our start was okay. Like, I felt okay about that game. The Guzzler taking 2 prizes and them getting ahead. Once the Dark deck gets ahead, it's tough. And then, of course, our Pokemon being weak to darkness was pretty brutal, too. The fact that our Gallade just died in 1 hit to the Weavile. And maybe the Marshadow plays were pretty aggressive. The fact that Marshadow counted towards their ability count for Weavile was also tough for us. And the fact that we just had to leave it out there. So, things to think about for the next time we play the Dark decks. You live and you learn. That was a good learning experience. Anyway, the deck is sweet. I enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys got to hang out and watch us play the deck tonight. It's still the deck I'm considering for the tournament in Augusta. I obviously need more reps with it. Not sure if it's perfect, but it's definitely fun. You're definitely always in games. We beat the water deck. We were in those games against the dark deck. So I think it's got game. I'm excited to play it. And we might try it more on stream on Wednesday. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you all on Wednesday.